Good morning, everybody. It's John Davis of Laughlin Highlands Farm, and it is the morning, a windy morning. We're supposed to get weather coming in later today, and I got some work to do out here. So something very exciting to show you. It involves new property. That's extremely exciting. But first, I have to get my coffee, load up, get all the things that I need for my at least half of the day of work before I transition on to the full day of work. So we'll go from there. Good morning, kitty cat. Are you gonna work today or just sleep all day? Oh, well, you got a bug. We'll have to take care of that. Sheesh. Oh, this thing was a mistake. This was supposed to be a water hauler trailer, and I'm second guessing my decision on this one. I only paid $400 for it, but still, it's $400 I could have used for like something productive. I don't know. Well, we'll see about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Learn. I'm always amazed at the amount of things that I require. That this is going to be part of that new exciting thing I was talking about. I'll show you some modifications that I'm doing to my solar fence charger. That is trash. That is a laser level that I need to shoot the grade on something for a water project. That, and that are for YouTube video production, because that's how we roll. Those go to the barn, and I'm going to need my chainsaws later today. Let's get all this stuff loaded up in the RTV, and then we'll head off, and I'll show you the excitement. Going back to my water video from a couple days ago, or a few videos ago, one of the things that I've become a stickler about is organization. And this shelf is the best thing that I've put in our garage. Our garage is our primary staging area for stuff on the farm. It's where we start every day. It's where we have all of our outdoor clothing. And we tend to stage stuff here, whether it's coming out of vehicles, going into vehicles. I hate wasting time. I hate wasting time. I hate looking for things. The biggest waste rather that people can do is to spend a bunch of time running around looking for stuff and just generally screwing around. That's not great. Here I've got everything lined up, just what I need. I've got my oil filters, I've got my stuff that needs to go someplace else, I've got project type stuff. It's important. Organize your stuff, people. If you don't have an organized shop, if you don't have organized processes, systems, whatever, just think of how much stuff you're stepping on the ground. Think of how much time you're wasting just by running around finding stuff. Guest appearance by the person who actually does the work on the farm. I had somebody say that they need to see more of you on camera.
Why? That's not a good idea.
There you go, Steve. That's the official response you get. All right, I had to make a quick stop up at the three-corner piece. We need water up here, and this is far enough on the other side of the farm. I don't have pressurized water. We don't have rural water. Some people are blessed to have rural water. I listen to Greg Judy's videos, and they've got water lines running all up and down their county roads and everything, and that's awesome. Yeah, we don't have that. So we have to make our own water infrastructure. And what I need to measure, well, I did a calculation, and the Jobe Megaflow trough valves that we use, the automatic fill valves, they require... I think it was definitely a few PSI of water pressure. I forget the exact number, but I want to say it's 5 PSI. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, they require a little bit of pressure. 5 PSI isn't much, but if you don't have electricity and you're trying to do this with just gravity, that's actually a lot. So, the bright side is that we live on a hill, and what I'm thinking is, if you can see behind me up there, that's a little woods road that I cut in with the excavator to use to move cattle over here from the other pasture across the road. If I put an IBC tote up there, and then I've got this, where that water trough is there, I can put in a permanent watering pad. My thought is, I need like 17 feet of drop. That gets me about the pressure that I need. So, we'll see if we have 17 feet. 17 feet sounds like a lot. It's not actually that much, especially when you look at the hills around here. I mean, you can't tell from the camera, but, my angle that I'm standing on is actually something, it's probably a little extreme, probably something like that, right? So I've got a fair amount of drop here. Let me get the laser transom out, shoot this, see what it looks like. My thought is we'll put an IBC up there, up the hill. I'll connect a garden hose up to it, 3/4 inch garden hose, run that down, and that should give me enough pressure, hopefully. So let me see if I can make this work. Let me see what things look like here. So I'll put my detector, stick this guy at 13 feet. Stick him there. Probably should be doing this on camera. Is that kind of how this works? So I'll stick my detector at 13 feet. All right, we got that. Now we'll go up and set the transom up, or set the laser up at the top of the hill, and hope that we have enough drop. We'll see. So I bet we're at 14 feet right there. So 14 feet at this, can you, so that's at 13 minus, what did I say, 4.7 or something like that. So that would be 9.6 or 9.3 rather. 9 foot. Freaking 9 feet of drop from here to there. Can you believe that? That's crazy, YouTube. Let's try up here. All right, YouTube, we finally made it up here. Long story short on the grade, I kind of got caught up in figuring out how to do it, and I don't know if I narrated that well, but I think we have enough drop. We'll see how things go up there. I know it doesn't look like much, but this is our first land lease from our neighbor, and I am so excited to show you all what we're going to be able to do with this property. And I'm excited to help the landowner too. She has lived here for a long time and has a beautiful piece of property up here that just hasn't, there's been people handed out, but they haven't been taking care of the land, as you can see from all the broom sedge growing out there. It's definitely a development project. We leased it for a 10-year lease, God willing. And the first thing we did, you can see this giant just, it's a nasty mess, right? This was all autumn olive and multi-floor rows. So we came in, I had Jaron from Circle J Fencing, he's my fence guy, come in. We used his forestry mulcher to clear all that stuff out. And we used the animals and mechanical to take it down as it comes back up. And then we put up our, thank you, Mr. Greg Judy, our timeless posts for the 5-wire fence that we're going to electrify with the solar charger that I'm working on right now. She's been having the property logged out, so there's some tracks from the skidders and everything else coming across the property. But I'll tell you what, if we unroll some hay on here and get animals on here, give me 3 years on this property and it's going to look like something totally different. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. This portion is about 5 acres, which, for hilly Ohio where we're at, I know for you guys out west or down south, 5 acres doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a huge deal for us. So this is 5 acres of pasture that right now is a broom sedge pasture. It seems like that's what it does best, but we're going to get, like I said, some animals on here and turn this into a high productivity pasture for growing pasture raised grass-fed beef and lamb. Now, all that said, it's not, we got the broom sedge, that's an issue, but we've got orchard grass. We've got a little bit of a litter layer. We definitely have some forbs. Like, it's not the end of the world. It's not horrible. It could be a lot worse. We even got some little legume, got some clover in there. It could be a lot worse. It could be like the pasture I'm trying to build over the hill down the creek bottom that has like nothing on it right now. And is going to be multi-floor if I don't take care of it. So I'm pretty excited about this. I was going to launch a drone up, but it's spitting rain here, and last time I checked, that's not good for those electronic drone type deals. But I've got this 5 acre pasture up front. and then another 6-acre pasture in back. Now the loggers are still back in that 6-acre pasture. So, oh boy, you know, it's going to be a minute. I have to go back there and have Jaron run back through there with the forester mulcher and, you know, do what he needs to do. But for now, where this is at, I think this looks pretty good. This probably hasn't looked this good for 30 years, maybe, with this fence. So, pretty excited, guys. We'll get the cows on this hopefully in the next day or so, a couple of days, and, you know, we'll go from there. Start healing this land. So that's the exciting part. Out of there, butthead. Oh, you know, it's really hard to work, my friend, when you're when you're at my gate. So that's 3 foot. Oh my gosh. Occupational hazards. What can I do here?